here, and today I've got 3 of my top anti-core rotational movements. Now, when we think about traditional core exercises, we focus a lot on the flexion part of an exercise. Now that could be your tucks, that could be your crunches, or we go through the transverse plane and we hit movements like wood choppers. Now, the only issue with the wood chopper is we generate a lot of that energy coming from the hips with that rotation. Now, to truly work the core in a sport-specific functional way, we need to develop some anti-core rotational movements. So, let's get into it. This is your first of your 3. Okay guys, so going into our first exercise. Now what we're going to do is a single leg Romanian deadlift, but instead of having the load coming from the hand, either in a kettlebell or a dumbbell, or even in front of the body using resistance bands or cables, we're going to have the load coming in from a lateral angle. This will force the glutes on the left side, the lats on the right side, and everything in between to stabilize, to stop the body rotating in towards that door. Okay, so we've got our KO8 set up from a low anchor point here. Just 1 rep band. We don't need massive load on this one, guys. Have a few reps, see how it feels. If you need to make it heavier, we can do so on the next sets. So from here, we want the arm just in front of the body so that the hands are going to be directly through that center line. Now from here, we're going to have feet slightly wider than shoulder width. Just from there now, and as we come down, the load is going to try and pull us into the door. As I say, we need to stabilize as much as possible to maintain that position. Coming up and control. Now it doesn't seem like much, but believe me, everything through the center line here, through the lats, the glutes, is all firing to make sure we don't turn towards that door. So again, down, controlled, and then up with a little bit more speed, squeezing the glutes, top of the movement. Down we go. Up through there. Now you will feel a lot of the connective tissue around the knees working here also to stabilize. So just generally a great exercise, guys, for sports performance and stabilization through that anti-rotation, especially on the posterior chain. Okay, just 2 more. We'll show the opposite side. Last one. Okay, so we'll turn it around and show you going down this right leg with the left arm taking the load. So again, control, 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 and back up. And last one. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Exercise number 1 is a little bit tricky. It will take time to get the balance there, but after you've done that one, you will feel the connection throughout the whole of the body. Okay, on to exercise number 2. Okay, so for exercise number 2, we're going to have a different setup with the KO8. So now we're going high anchor point, and instead of working on resistance, we're going to swap it over to suspension. Now for this one, we're doing a single arm suspended row. Now think about like a plank position with this one, guys, when you start on position. So for here, I want shoulders in line with hips, in line with ankles, straight line all the way down, everything locked in. Now the rotation we're trying to avoid here is as we go down, the body just wants to turn right the way through. Now we need to stop that from happening. We need the shoulders to be in line, set square, as with the hips, so they don't rotate round as we drop into it. So from here, we're gonna have hand on the chest, slowly control, drop, 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 and then pull them back in. So again, we're really focusing on squeezing the glutes, scapula retracted, core engaged, to make sure we control that movement. Now it's also a lot of work on that single arm, so we're not going to go for tons of reps on that one. Maybe 7 or 8, swap over 7 or 8. Now if you're feeling like you want to go a little bit heavier with this one and create even more tension on the core, then what we can do is we can take a kettlebell or a weight of any sort, pop that on the shoulder there in the rack position, and then now if we drop, you've got even more weight trying to turn you into that rotation that we have to fight against. So we're getting control. Just go for one more. From there. So again guys, what you'll notice is with these anti-core rotational movements, they're quite slow, they're quite controlled, but everything is firing to lock us into position. Okay, final exercise coming up now. Right, so for our last exercise, this one is probably my favorite, but you do need 2 KO weights and a high and a low anchor point. So we've got our KO weight set up on a low point here, and a KO weight set up on a high point here. Now, if you haven't got 2 adjacent doors, then in a gym, just find somewhere high and then find somewhere a little bit lower. So you can go like monkey bars and then the bottom of a weight stack, or if you're outdoors, you can find like a relatively high branch and then round the bottom of a bench if you're doing something outdoors. Okay, so for this one, the rotation is going to try and pull us forwards from the high point and backwards from the low point. So we really need to stabilize to stop this rotation coming in through here. Now I've gone a little bit heavier with the high KO weight and a little bit lighter with the low. If you can always pull, generally a bit more than we can push. So from here you see the initial position guys, I'm already turning in because there's some tension on the bands to pull me facing that wall. Okay, so now we're going to pull and push at the same time. And again, we keep the shoulder squared. Rotation with the right arm from a pronated grip all the way around to supination. It looks like the arms are doing all the work here guys, but believe me, this is predominantly core. Just got one more. So there you have it guys, 3 of my top anti-core rotational movements using the KO weight. Now, if you did like that video guys, hit that like button, and if you want to see more stuff like this using the KO weight, then make sure to subscribe. Until next time, we'll see you soon, take care.